rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
Welcome one and all. Remember, it's so crucial, so important to become a channel member today. Help secure and save my future on this very website. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Seanzviewent, the place for the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in WWE's YouTube's history. And tonight, we have got a blockbuster rumor, gossip, and speculation for you in this very video. And we are not going to waste any of your valuable time. We're going to get right into it because Seanzviewent will give you the content around the clock because I will never stop for each and every one of you. After the drama, or should I say the disaster, after the complete backlash from fans over WrestlePalooza last night airing on ESPN, having to dish out more money for a show that had less hours, less matches, and you had to pay more money. There was freezes, there was blackouts, the show was ridiculous. All kinds of issues, all kinds of problems with WrestlePalooza last night. Again, even down to the pacing, the timing, the booking, the creative. Vince McMahon, I guess he's even seen enough, okay? Vince McMahon is now being looked at as the good guy in all of this, the baby face, okay? After everything Vince McMahon has done in his private life, Vince McMahon is now being looked at as the lesser of the two evils now. Vince McMahon, according to those that don't know, rumors and gossip, has officially seen enough. He wants Raw back, or maybe his own version of Monday Night Raw, maybe his own WWE that he created, that he started, that his father created all the way back. He wants to buy back Raw, does Vince McMahon. He wants to take Raw out of Netflix's hand. He wants to take WWE out of ESPN after the disaster that was WWE on ESPN last night and get back to where it truly belongs, under his control, under his power. Now, before we dive in, let me make this clear. This is going to have some dirt sheet flavor to it, okay, which means it's not all confirmed. To take it with a grain of salt, okay? But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the fictional twists feel closer to reality than you think. Let's start with WrestlePalooza, what was supposed to be the biggest, the most spectacular event of the year. It was hyped up with such surprises and awe, right? Turned into absolute chaos, bedlam. ESPN's broadcast cut away to commercials during key matches. The pacing was all over the place, and fans at home are absolutely livid, having to pay more money and get lesser of a product. Social media lit up like a Christmas tree. Hashtags like ESPN ruined WWE, canceled WWE on ESPN, bring Raw home were trending worldwide. Fans spent hundreds of dollars to watch the pay-per-view and missed half of the main event because of scheduling conflicts. And backstage, you want to talk about chaos. Rumor has it that one top WWE star, and I won't name names, but think of someone at the very top of the food chain in World Wrestling Entertainment, threw a water bottle at production staff, according to rumor. Another report reportedly stormed out saying, "This isn't the WWE I signed up for." Again, another reportedly stormed out of the arena saying, "This isn't the WWE that I signed up for." Now, that is crucial, and that is vital to the rumor. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the breaking point. This was perhaps the straw that broke the camel's back for one Vince McMahon. And for Vince McMahon, he was watching accordingly, apparently. And now here's where the story gets even more juicy. According to whispers, Vince McMahon didn't wait. He didn't hold a press conference. He didn't consult the board. He didn't even call Triple H or Stephanie. Vince McMahon took it upon himself because he's seen enough. He's heard enough. He can't believe what the WWE fans are having to endure. He stormed into the WrestlePalooza after party, walked straight into the boardroom and threw down a stack of papers. What were those papers? Allegedly a deal to buy back WWE from ESPN and bring it back to Peacock. Also bringing back Raw effectively to the USA Network. Again, rumor and speculation. Can you imagine the scene, viewers, fans, and subscribers? Vince McMahon, larger than life, starting down and staring down ESPN executives saying, "You killed WWE. You ruined WrestlePalooza. You don't deserve WWE. I'm taking it back by any means necessary." Triple H blindsided. Stephanie McMahon stunned. The entire creative team left in the dark. Vince, in true McMahon fashion, making moves behind closed doors just like the old days. And the rumor mill is heating up. The rumor mill says this wasn't a polite negotiation. This was a hostile takeover. Vince doesn't want compromise. Vince wants WWE and his PLEs back in his iron grip. Backstage, the reaction, absolutely nuclear, viewers. Absolutely nuclear. Roman Reigns, who is not on WWE TV at this time, though, although he has a big part to do with WWE, reportedly furious about network instability, asking, how can I plan the future of the bloodline if Raw doesn't even have a stable home? Meanwhile, CM Punk, classic CM Punk, mocking ESPN in front of staff, saying maybe next year you'll cut WrestlePalooza for bowling reruns. You can't make this up. Meanwhile, Tiffany Stratton's injury becomes part of the controversy. ESPN didn't even want to show her collapse on the broadcast, and Vince apparently blew a gasket over the censorship. And then there is AJ Lee, ladies and gentlemen, out of nowhere. AJ Lee spotted, holding what fans claim was a prototype of a brand new women's championship or a revised version of the Divas Championship that AJ Lee once held. Was this Vince's big return plan? Was this the message to the world? The McMahons are back and we're rebranding WWE from the ground up. Now, here's the thing. You got this all kind of makes sense now if you want to add this up, because here's what I got going on here. You got Stephanie McMahon being announced for the WWE Hall of Fame 2026 next year. You got rumor and speculation of Shane McMahon coming back, and the WWE is starting to mention in showcase and broadcast Vince McMahon a hell of a lot more than they did 2 or 3 years ago. I can assure you of that. Now, this wasn't just fallout, guys. This was the start of perhaps a war between Vince, Triple H, and the networks, and even the locker room. There is split, there is disdain, there is bedlam. But ladies and gentlemen, you know I don't stop there, because here comes the swerves, the twists, and the dirt sheet drama that you absolutely came for here on the Brash and the Brazen. First twist, Netflix steps in. That's right. Netflix enters the picture, creating a three-way standoff between Vince, ESPN, and the streaming giant. Can you imagine WWE Raw, which is currently on Netflix, but fans want Raw back on the USA Network. Fans divided, but Vince McMahon intrigued. Second twist, a leaked memo suggests WWE Raw could be moving to mornings. Yes, mornings, to avoid ESPN scheduling conflicts. Someone suggested a morning wrestling show. The fans, absolutely outraged. Social media meltdown. The third twist, Triple H doesn't take this lying down. Rumor is he has been secretly forming an alliance with Fox executives, trying to cut Vince out of the deal completely. A McMahon family war right in front of our very eyes. And the biggest swerve of all, viewers, Vince allegedly said backstage, if I can't control Raw, I'll cancel it myself. Can you imagine Vince McMahon threatening to pull the plug on his own creation rather than let Netflix or ESPN take over Raw or PLEs? That's the kind of ego, the kind of power, the kind of play that Vince McMahon can absolutely deliver. So where does this all leave us? What's the fallout? Some say Raw will move back to USA Network. Others say Vince will launch his own McMahon Network, a streaming platform built just for WWE. There are even whispers of a shocking AEW crossover if ESPN completely collapses the deal. But what about the wrestlers? Where do they fall into all of this? What about the fans? What about the creative? Ladies and gentlemen, the future of Raw hangs in the balance. The future of PLEs on ESPN is being questioned. And here's the kicker. But isn't it funny how close this feels to reality? Or is it fictional? Isn't it wild how easily this could be tomorrow's headlines? That's the beauty of the dirt sheet twist, the what-if storylines. So now I want to hear from you, the viewers, the fans, the subscribers. Should Vince McMahon take Raw back? Should Triple H fight him tooth and nail? Should Stephanie side with her father or her husband? Drop your comments, your thoughts, and your comments below, because only you can keep Seanzviewent Entertainment alive on this very website. Because if Vince can buy Raw back and get pay-per-views back on Peacock, what else does Vince McMahon have on his mind? What else can Vince McMahon do? Also, I want you to know, I want to bring this up, guys, for those of you that may not know, for those of you that may not remember, for those of you that may have forgotten. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the first and last day, guys, the 21st, right? Today's the final day before my birthday, before the cake, before the candles, before I turn another age, because tomorrow, September the 22nd, 2025, will be the birthday of Seanzviewent Entertainment. Tomorrow will be the birthday celebration where you get out the candles, the cakes, the bakes, where you get out all the chocolate, where you get out all the vanilla, where you get out the marble cake, maybe the strawberries, maybe the blueberries. Maybe it's a WWE themed cake. I've had many WWE themed cakes throughout my years as a child, as a teen. I had wrestling parties. I had wrestling rings. I had wrestling. I had the whole enchilada. But now, Seanzviewent shares his birthday, his party, his emotion with each and every one of you right here on the tubes, youtube.com. But that certainly is not all. Because fans furious, hashtags trending, wrestlers threatening to walk out, and now Vince, he's ready to buy back WWE, ready to bring back WWE to where it should have never, well, back to where it should be, prominence. Triple H blindsided, Stephanie stunned, and network scrambling as Netflix tries to swoop in. This is chaos like we've never seen before. Will Vince reclaim Raw? Will Triple H fight back? Or will ESPN's deal collapse completely? But imagine if this was all real. Imagine if it wasn't just rumor, gossip, and speculation. Imagine everything that is at play, guys. Imagine everything that is at play right before our eyes, guys. Why WWE, a big change ahead. Yes, a big change ahead for Raw. Why WWE is making ring announcer change for WWE Raw in Evansville. The change occurs online. Ricochet clowns fans who switched off AEW All Out for WWE WrestlePalooza. WWE ID talent Kylie Ray announces pregnancy after vacating wrestling title. Ludwig Kaiser details fan encounter at airport arrival. Trish Stratus explains why she threw shade at Christy Hemi's Playboy cover during a live Raw promo. Ludwig Kaiser explains why he quit watching WWE Unreal after just one episode. Also, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, according to those in the know at this time and at this hour, reason why Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser have absolutely split up. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, according to those in the know at this hour and at this time, ex-AEW star The Bunny makes an in-ring return after a 2-year absence. ESPN executive tried to calm fears before WrestlePalooza streaming disaster. And boy, was it just that, a streaming disaster. Also, Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser have officially split. No longer together, no longer a team, no longer reading out of the same book, no longer sending each other birthday cards. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. And again, there's a push for Shane McMahon's WWE Hall of Fame induction grows after Stephanie McMahon's announcement into the WWE Hall of Fame. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also, Jey Uso is shutting down injury rumors after bloody WrestlePalooza match and concussion protocol. The internal WWE reaction to AJ Lee's performance at WrestlePalooza revealed, according to those in the know, it was positive. It was a good feeling. It was great. It was off the charts. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on all of that, where we lay it all on the line for the viewers, the fans, the subscribers. With plenty more to come, subscribe.